Yo, what up? What up, man? Surprise, surprise, surprise. Welcome back to the John&son podcast right here. It is Big Johnson right here, Little Johnson on the mic. First episode, video-wise. Proud to do it. Been having a lot of requests from other people, from listeners saying they want to hear us, see our voices, see our facial expressions during these podcasts. So glad to finally do it.
I would have shaved.
I told you already. You're the only one I knew. So last week was episode 6, and today is episode 7. Season 2, episode 7 is 5/20, March 20th, and man, it has been one crazy week in sports, man. It's just been crazy, man. Baseball's back, football free agency, baseball free agency, NCAA tournament, March Madness, all in 1 week. It's just been going on crazy. Even you can include basketball, but I ain't even paying attention to basketball because there's so much going on right now.
Nope.
So let's start off. What you got so far?
Well, we got a bunch of signings. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. It was just too many.
Yeah.
But, of course, we're going to hit the big ones.
Yeah.
And then we'll hit some middle ground ones that everybody, But first, of course, Watson. Like, we could just start with those.
Okay.
Because we already know that's what those are the ones that everybody was like, oh.
Yeah.
So Deshaun Watson to the Browns. I don't know why he went to the Browns, but to the Browns. I think it was $240 million guaranteed.
That's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I didn't even see the guarantee.
So all of his whole salary is guaranteed.
That's crazy.
So
what they gave up 2 first rounders or 3 first rounders?
3 first round picks. That's all I know, but maybe I think a second or third.
Yeah.
Basically almost the same thing for Trey Lance, but Trey Lance is not Deshaun Watson. But anyway, will be.
How'd you feel about that though? Because were you like mixed on it, or was it? Because I've seen that Cleveland fans, some are like excited, but then it's like at the end of the day too, it's like he still went through all what he went through last year, the whole case, all the cases and all that. So, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, it's fine. They found him not guilty, so I'm not gonna sit in and try to be the judge and jury. They found him not guilty. Now it's the civil suits. So,
wait. Speaking of that, Trevor Bauer. He went on Twitter and was like, I was dying when I saw it. He said something about, congrats to Deshaun Watson for being able to play when they find you not guilty of things. Because, they extended Trevor Bauer's administrative leave or something like that through like April 7th or something like that. He went on Twitter and just went in. But, that's off the topic. But it was just funny to think about it. But he was not guilty either, so I mean, the same thing.
Not guilty. Hey, not guilty means not guilty to me. That doesn't mean that you didn't do anything wrong. It just means that whatever they said you did wrong wasn't proven.
Right.
Good enough for me. So that was a big one, but guaranteed money, as I said, that right there was major. Then your boy Devontae traded to the Raiders.
Oh man, so I was at work when I saw that. It was just crazy. People would go blame Aaron Rodgers for the money he got.
Yeah,
they weren't gonna be able to keep him, or at least sign him to a deal that he got in Las Vegas, obviously. So I know Aaron Rodgers. He said he was already when he was in the talks with his contract. He was like, either I'm staying or he's staying. Basically, I feel like Green Bay had to make a choice.
And you're going to choose the quarterback. Yeah, of course. But Aaron Rodgers...
Is he going to be the same without Devontae?
They have to get some other receivers there. But, he's a great quarterback. He'll find a way. But the thing about that is you take $50 million per season, and then you don't expect them to have to do something with Devontae as far as trading him, because I'm sure he told Aaron Rodgers, hey, I'm not playing on a franchise tag, dude. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he told him that. and then Aaron Rodgers still go and sign for $50 million. You could have signed for $40 million and got the cat back. That's how I look at it. But Aaron Rodgers only cares about one thing:
money. Now?
Aaron Rodgers. That's it. It's about Aaron Rodgers and money. That's it. Which is fine. I mean, he wants to win, but I don't think that winning is like his top priority. He wants to be great, have great stats, throw 50 touchdowns and 2 interceptions or whatever he's going to do next year, 25. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the fact he took all that money and then it's like, okay. Same thing with Dak. Messed up everything last year. When Dak signed an A++ contract for a B- or B+ debated whatever player, Dak took all that money. That just messed up everything.
For Amari Cooper.
So Amari Cooper get released. Lyle Collins got released. Gregory, he just took another contract. But I mean, you can't keep everybody. You signing your quarterback for $50 million unless you're Kansas City or the Rams, the unlimited money. They don't have a cap. So it's whatever. Aaron Rodgers is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So let's see. I'm gonna give you some trade. I mean, some free agency signings. It's been a lot. I just want you to give me a grade for each, and if it's a plus for the team, depending on going off of necessities for the team needs, basically. Von Miller, Buffalo.
It's a good signing. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of years too. I think Von has maybe two, 3 years left.
Okay.
But when you're signing free agents, it's a premium that you pay sometimes. Mm-hmm. So you got to give them an extra year maybe, or a little extra money. Actually, it's not a lot of money. I can't remember the terms exactly, but
6 year, $120 million.
$20 million. That's about going rate. I mean, well, not really going rate because Bosa is going to blow that up too. So I wouldn't say going rate, but it's good. But if you're paying him $20 million,
he's about to be 33.
Yeah, if you're paying him $20 million and he's 38, I mean, and Von Miller is not the healthiest guy, but it's a good signing. Buffalo's like right there on the cusp of Super Bowl, so I think they would have went. They would have went to Cincinnati and smoked them. I think so, but I mean, or Cincinnati would have came to them, I believe, and they would have got smoked. But KC just doing KC things now, $50 million quarterback jinx. So
J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, that was a great signing. San Diego needs defense. Oh, San Diego, yeah, Los Angeles. It's stuck in me, just like the Washington
football team.
Yeah, I could never.
Commanders.
I'm never gonna remember the name. So, but yeah, J.C. Jackson, man, that one was sweet. If he played like he did in New England, he's a star. He catches everything. He catches like a receiver.
Yeah.
He reminds me of old boy in Dallas. They catch like receivers. He should catch like a receiver. Your brother's a receiver, Diggs. So, yeah, I thought that was a good signing. That's an A+ signing for me because they needed a corner. They need defensive help. And they signed a defensive end, too. I forgot who. Yeah, Khalil Mack on the trade. So, it's a great trade. Khalil Mack's been hurt a lot. But I think when you go from cold weather to warm weather, your body functions better. Yeah. So, I mean, great signings.
Christian Kirk, Jacksonville. 4 year, I think it was, 4 year, $72 million. Christian Kirk.
A C-.
C-.
He's not a bad player, but that's a lot of money. People say, oh, we pay free agency on potential. That's fine. I don't like the signing for him. I thought they could have got another receiver and paid him that money. So, but the problem is no one wants to go there. So you're going to have to take the player who
will go for the money.
Yeah.
The mediocre player.
So
no big names don't want to go to Jacksonville, especially with just only a second year.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence, he looked garbage last year. I know he's a rookie, so you can't really beat up on him. But the whole team, they look terrible. They look terrible.
They had a coaching issue. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but I like a couple of the signings that they had. They signed. They signed who else? They signed a couple of players over there. Brandon Schwartz.
The offensive lineman.
Yeah, I like him. They signed. I think it was a defense. It was a linebacker from Atlanta. They signed. They had like 4 Miles. Actually, no, I'm lying.
I don't like
Darius Williams.
I don't like their team.
Darius Williams from
The cornerback from the Rams.
Corner from the Rams. He's solid.
He's not solid. He'll be getting burned again.
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones. These are just average players to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's free agency.
Yeah, but they're average.
Like you said about nobody wants to go to Jacksonville, so you're not gonna get no big names. So you got to go with the mediocres.
I mean, if we're giving grades, everything's C minus, C minus, C minus, C minus. These players are not. They're not gonna make the Jaguars good all of a sudden, or even help them win a game or 2 extra.
Okay, so it's J.C. Jackson, the biggest signing in free agency so far. As in the team will improve because of that one player.
Yeah, because the Browns were already decent. So Watson signing. If he plays, I mean, well, he's gonna play, but now you don't know what the league's gonna do. Because it's I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to suspend him 4 games, or 4 games would probably be the max if he does get suspended.
4 or 6. They've done 6 before.
So that's, I don't know.
That's probably the biggest.
It's a great trade now for Cleveland, but I mean, who would want to go to Cleveland? Their management sucks to me. I don't know. GM is questionable to me.
I honestly thought he had a better chance of going to Carolina. Carolina still ranked 2nd for their defense last year.
If it was me, I'm jumping out the AFC, homie. I'm going to the NFC because the Packers are going to be down no matter what people think. They can still win, but they can't beat the 49ers.
Packers. I mean, you look at those AFC teams now with AFC North, the AFC West. Those are 8 teams, right? All 8 teams right there. You can argue already are good, and you're not even. You got like 1 or 2 teams in the South. You got Tampa Bay still. You still got New England maybe. So it's 10 teams, 11 teams in the AFC that are just competitive. It's gonna be hard to win games over there. So, who's the most underrated signing for you?
Tre'Davious Ward to the Niners.
Stop it.
Hey, look, dude can play. It's not about highlights. Even when I will watch KC play, they get burned. You pass on them all the time. He was the only constant on that defense. And they don't have a line like they have Chris Jones, but they don't have a line like the Niners do. So I just feel like I think he has star potential. You'll see. I'm not going. He and Trey Lance star potential together.
So that's your most underrated signing out of all the players.
That is one of my most underrated. Yes. There were a few that I thought.
What about Allen Robinson to the Rams? And they traded Robert Woods, by the way.
Yeah, to the Titans for a 6th rounder who would have. Yeah. I don't say underrated. I mean, he's a good player, but they already have receivers. And they could have waited on Woods or signed OBJ. They're loaded offensively anyway. It's the defense that's going to have issues, I think.
Yeah, because they lost Darius Williams. They lost Von Miller.
So what about? Whatever. Rams. I don't. We in LA, I still don't like them. Don't want to talk about them. That's for you to discuss. So the Steelers signed Trubisky 1 year. 2 year. It was a 2-year contract, $14 million, which is no money to pay a quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. He's not good, man. They always go look back at that draft saying you were the number 2 pick. Patrick Mahomes is number 10. He hasn't done anything in the league. Patrick Mahomes won 2 MVPs, 1 Super Bowl already, and he was 8 picks after him, the 3rd quarterback drafted, and he didn't do nothing in Chicago. They had that one good year, but they lost in like the wild card or first round, one or the other.
But they went to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs without him in years.
Who, Mitch?
Yeah.
That's because they don't have no quarterback now.
Well,
And they had a good team, like you could say 3 years ago.
Okay.
That's just me personally, but I don't think he's that good.
Well, so
he's average.
I think an underrated signing is the safety Marcus Williams to the Ravens. They needed somebody who plays and can play, and he's a good player. 5 years, $70 million. It's a nice contract for him. I think they'll be okay. Another thing, just off record, I don't know why the Dolphins signed Mostert. I don't understand why. You already have 5 running backs, and then you steal away the only running back that I wanted to keep.
Yeah, I think that's just you being a Niners fan being frustrated.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
He followed, like, it's some coach over there from the Niners that he followed.
McDaniel.
Isn't that the coordinator? Wasn't that your coordinator?
He was not a coordinator.
Running back
He
coach?
was an offensive. He was just an offensive specialist coach, basically. He was not he didn't call plays. He would help with the planning of the plays, or how we gonna run this, or how we gonna run that. But he was not. No. And see, another thing about Christian Kirk and then Devontae signing for the amount, this just messes everything up, because now Debo is gonna want $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stupid contracts. That's what starts killing the league. When they start signing players to ridiculous contracts, then it affects the other teams.
Well, DJ Moore, I told you the other day, DJ Moore was going to get extended, and I'm happy for him. I think he's arguably the most underrated receiver in the league. He just needs a quarterback.
Yeah, and
when he was with Cam, that his first year, he had a great year. He had like 900 yards, 800 yards as a rookie.
Yeah, he's a good player. He doesn't have a quarterback. It doesn't matter how much you sign him for if Sam Darnold's throwing to you.
I don't think they're going to start him. Carolina's so dumb for trading for him, and then you bench him, and now you're like in the – I mean, I just wonder what Cam's going to do. You know, that's my boy. So
Cam's not doing anything.
Wherever he goes, I'm going to go.
Well, an underrated sign. It's not really underrated because he's a star player, but Chandler Jones to the Raiders, man, their defense is going to be getting after people. They got Crosby on the other side. Chandler Jones, the problem with him is his health. Like, he'll play and then he'll sit out 2-3 games, but that's like 16 sacks apiece.
Yeah,
I mean that division is loaded.
What's that, the West?
Yes.
Oh, man, because I was about to say, I mean, you look at the Chargers too.
They're
Matt
loaded.
with Joey Bosa.
That division is loaded. The Chargers, KC was already good, and then
Broncos,
the Broncos,
Russell Wilson,
come on, man,
Randy Gregory,
Russ,
Bradley Chubb over there,
the real Russ.
Yeah. Bradley Chubb over there.
Yeah, they're loaded.
You know, they got the best secondary. I think outside of the Ravens, I think they got the best secondary in the league. So I mean, yeah, that's gonna be those gonna be some fun matchups. Each of those teams play each other twice. Those gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season, man.
What about underrated? Do you think this is underrated, overrated, or Juju to the Chiefs?
For 1 year,
I liked it. I thought they needed another receiver.
Because they lost Byron Pringle. Yeah, they need like a possession type receiver. They can't just be looking at Travis and type people. Teams figured that out last year, as you can see. They started off terrible. They had to adjust, and them having a possession receiver where he could throw to on third down outside of Travis Kelce. I mean, I think it's a good bargain. 1 year, only like less than 11 mil, just under 11 mil. 1 year, little rental thing. See how he does. Not bad.
Cordell Patterson's re-signed with Atlanta. 2 years, $10.5 million total. That's $5 million. You mean to tell me a team couldn't? You mean to tell me that it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. He does everything. When Debo get tired, put Cordell back there. You know what I'm saying? Like
I like Cordell.
Me too. I think he's a great player, man. He's been good for a long time. Except he didn't really bust out. He was mostly doing kick returns, but they didn't let him bust out till he went to New England. When Belichick started using him a little different. So I think it was New England. I'm pretty sure it was. But then all of a sudden, here he comes with Atlanta. So Yeah, I thought he could have got more money somewhere else. Maybe he just likes Atlanta. I like Atlanta too. But I'm just saying. The Bengals signed
Collins today.
Yeah, another offensive lineman. They're doing a smart thing.
Protect Joe Burrow.
Yeah, feed the offensive line. I think that's like their third addition. So
they got somebody else too, Alex Coppa.
Yeah.
From Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to he went to Humble State. So shout out to him. That's a Division II school. He got in the NFL in like third, fourth round.
What about Rasul Douglas?
Resign?
Yeah.
With Packers. They're secondary, man. I don't know. I don't know.
You said Alexander. I mean, if Alexander's healthy in him, because Alexander came back. I think he came back too early. But
didn't Douglas? He went off he had a good year last year.
He had a bunch of picks.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I mean, that's not bad. Not bad. I think if Alexander stays healthy, they'll be a decent defense. But Zadarius Ward released. I think they just got tired of him being hurt and not being able to play for the season or for the whole season. I don't know. But I was shocked by that. He also went to sign with the Ravens and backed out of it.
Yeah.
I saw that because I was like, damn, that's a good pickup for the Ravens too, because their line doesn't get to quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're okay. Their defense. You don't see their defense gets hurt a lot.
They all got hurt in training camp last year.
So, and people forget about Baltimore. That what's the boy's name that went out? He was a rookie, the running back.
J.K. Dobbins?
No. Oh, yeah, Dobbins, yeah. Dobbins, he was having a good season. He was rolling. They had him and Gus Edwards hitting you hard, 1-2, and then all of a sudden both get hurt.
They had somebody else, too, who got hurt at the beginning of, like, first day of training camp towards this year. They got three good running backs over there. So, I hope Baltimore, man, I like Baltimore's team. I like Lamar Jackson. So, I think they just need a couple more pieces on defense, specifically the defensive line, because that's their problem. They never could get to quarterback. So that's probably how their secondary always getting hurt. They be over there running for so long. If you got 6 seconds to throw the ball, 4 to 6 seconds to throw the ball every play, your secondary going to be worn out. So they need to – I like Calais Campbell. They had him over there.
He's always a beast. Yeah, he's always good.
He's like 30 – he's about to be 37, 36. That's really old in the NFL.
So your boy Tyrod Taylor signed with the Giants. They signed him a 2-year, $17 million deal so he can start for the Giants.
Well, I'm saying, Daniel Jones going to get hurt.
Yeah, so it doesn't even matter if he gets hurt.
Same thing with Tua. You saw Jacoby Brissett went to the Dolphins.
Look, here are my three quarterbacks that are just Baker Mayfield, who's crying now.
Yeah.
Tua and Daniel Jones. They're all in the same boat. They all stink. Tua stinks. He stinks, dude. Like, Tua stinks. Baker stinks. I don't care if they went to the playoffs. People always say, oh, it took them to the playoffs. No, he didn't take them anywhere. The team took them. Like, he was along for the ride like Jimmy G. Like, you just along for the ride, dude. You're not that guy. And Baker thinks he's better than what he is. That's what I don't like. You're not. Anyway, we'll see where he goes. He may have to play my team 2 games a year if he goes to Seattle. So, but Baker, Daniel Jones, Tua, all in the same block party. So, those are the guys. I mean, I've been bashing Mayfield since.
He got drafted.
He's just not one of my favorite players.
Tua, these are all top 6 picks, by the way. Baker number 1, Tua number 5, and Daniel Jones number 6. But they didn't have that many good quarterbacks that year.
But when you looked, it's like a lot of people getting paid a lot of money. Players that I wouldn't think, like the little short dude from the Bears, Grant.
Jakeem Grant.
Yeah.
He went to who?
I believe he went to Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, but that's just the returns. He's usually just a punt returner. Maybe they'll throw him in there for a 3rd down or 2 or something, but he's more of a return specialist.
What I hate more than anything is when, like, free agency comes and your team gets no one. Like, that's so disappointing. Like, there's just so many players I felt like could help, but Jimmy G
y'all
just
got money.
no. Jimmy G doesn't want to get. I don't know what his problem. He going to get surgery. You know, we trying to trade you, dude. Now you want to go get shoulder surgery? You could have waited, but he said he wanted to be ready for camp. So whatever. I don't care. They're going to just have to release him if no one wants him. That's the problem. I want something back for him. We traded a second round pick for him. I would like a second round pick back.
That's too much.
No, it's not. Some team, the Colts are desperate. The Colts are desperate. They're just trying to pretend like they're not desperate. They don't want that chump. They don't want him. They can try to pretend like they want him. They don't want him. It's all the NFL. All of them. All the teams play a game. A little game like, no, we don't want this player. Yeah, we want this player. They don't want that scrub. They don't want Baker. If they sign Baker, then I would be shocked. He's going to Seattle, where he belongs, at the bottom of the division. So,
I mean, I haven't really got nothing else much on football. I think we named a lot of the, I mean, it's just we're kind of late on everything. Everything was at the top of my head at first, the last few days, but now it's just like I can't think of that many.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't like big, but we got all the big players out the way, the big moves and everything. So, I mean, with football, that's the thing. There's so many players that trade teams you won't even know until the season starts.
Yeah, and then they start, hurting your guys or whatever else happens, or getting hurt, I should say. But,
So, we got one more?
No, it's just re-signs. I don't even really think we need to talk about re-signs. I mean, Carlton Davis. I mean, players get re-signed. Unless they move, that's when I want to talk about.
He's their best corner.
Yeah.
He may be like average, but above average, but it's their best corner. So
why did the Dolphins sign Teddy Bridgewater?
Two will get hurt. We need a backup. It's a 1 year rental. It's not like it was 2 years. 1 year. I saw that because I was about to say that actually. Two always hurt too. There's certain players or certain quarterbacks you need a solid backup for.
Oh, so I got another one. The Broncos signed DJ Jones from the Niners. 3 years, $30 million. He's a defensive tackle. DJ Jones is a big boy, and they will not. Whoever plays against him, you will not be running the ball with him there. He's a big man, and he's fast to be his size. So he's a good player. And, I knew the Niners when they don't re-sign anybody because they pretend to have no money. I don't understand how the Rams can sign players.
I
just don't understand.
$50 million.
You know what it is? Any team in LA, they just have unlimited money.
Yeah, because you're selling.
Because they have the stadiums are worth a lot. And they just have deep pockets, like the Rams owner. He's like the second or third richest man in the world or something. I don't know. He has a lot of money. I forgot the guy's name, but he has a lot of money. So anyway, look at it. I mean, somebody told me, LA always tries to get the star players. I say, yeah, that's every team. That's what we do.
Dodgers too.
Dodgers, Lakers. Well,
Lakers. Yeah, you can say that.
Dodgers, Lakers. The Chargers, the Rams, that's what they do.
Kings, LA hockey, LA Kings be getting players too over there.
That's what happens. Well, not anymore since Blake has become the GM. That's another subject. We don't do hockey, but I'm a Kings guy. I like the Kings.
I like the Anaheim Ducks. Always did.
The Kings had the best Black History jerseys ever. Uniforms, I should say. The best uniform. They had a Black History uniform that came out this year in February. Sweet. You can Google it and look at it, but it was nice. But that's after they finished calling you racist, racist remarks in the crowd or whatever. But no, the jersey was nice. It was pretty tight. That's it for football.
Baseball, got a whole bunch of signs too, man. I was looking at them the other day. Or actually yesterday. Top one, I'm going to just start off with us. Freddie Freeman to the Dodgers. We were calling it out once Atlanta signed or traded for Matt Olson. So, I was so ecstatic to finally see it. That's a former MVP candidate, and we need, now, they got this new universal designated hitter type where it doesn't matter
Should have
what
been
league
had
you're in.
that. I don't understand how they had that all these years in just one league.
But that is great, man, because we lost Corey Seager, and we upgraded to Freddie Freeman. That was just, I think that's for sure the best signing. All these other players are signing with teams who are like rebuilding. Suck. Yeah, exactly.
Correa signed with the Twins, I think, and
Minnesota's gonna be a problem this year. I think they just got a tough division.
Yeah, I mean he's a good player. It's a lot of money.
Actually, is it what are they? AL North or East?
No, it's not the East.
It's North then. But either way, they're gonna be a problem this year. I saw they signed a couple of players that had me surprised. Trevor Story was the latest one to sign with Boston. He went to the Red Sox. Boston.
Yeah, I mean they're loaded. Just another player to hit off the Green Monster because he can hit too. But now the thing about Trevor Story, it's always questionable all the time. Every time you leave Colorado, Coors Field, it's always questionable whether you can hit outside of there. Because when people say Coors Field, I look at the average of the player, how he plays outside of his stadium. Because you can hit a fly ball there and it's a home run. Or a fly ball in another park, it's a home run there. So, we'll see with that. Your boy Kenley Jansen left and went to the Braves.
You were all iffy with Kenley the whole year.
Yeah.
But we knew who's going to be our closer now?
Closer, Dave Roberts said closer by committee, so that means that we don't have one because Dave Roberts, look, I try to not talk about, just because I don't like them doesn't mean that they're not good. That's just facts, but Dave Roberts is so overrated to me. Like, it's not that he's overrated. You're a manager. Managers can't be over or underrated to me, but Dave Roberts sucks. Okay, I said it. He sucks. Dave Roberts sucks. Ever since the Kershaw debacle, when he put him in the playoffs and made us lose.
This was a relief. But it wasn't starting Kershaw.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yes.
Relieving Kershaw. He's not no reliever.
No, he's not. He's barely a starter right now. Love Kershaw, but come on now. Barely a starter. He's just old.
Getting old, man.
But Kershaw, I respect him. I got much respect for Kershaw.
You start to age.
For Clayton, so. When Nick Castellanos, he signed
with Philly.
He's a good hitter.
Kyle Schwarber too, man.
He's a good hitter.
Kyle Schwarber, same thing. I was looking at that team like, man.
Castellanos, he can hit. He hit everywhere he's went. He's been three? This is third team. He's the third that I can remember at least, and he's hit everywhere. I think he played with the Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and before that, I can't remember who, but he hit everywhere he's been. But he seems to always land on teams that don't do well.
Phillies they got Bright. Their outfield is nice over there. Between Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper would hit 238 with 50 home runs.
And still was an MVP finalist.
I like him, but
that's a lot.
He's not overrated, but he's been rated over. He's been rated over for a long time. I'll say that. He's not overrated.
But he was still 50 home runs. That's a lot of home runs. It don't matter about your batting average.
How old is Carlos Correa?
I want to say like
27, 28.
Yeah,
because he only signed a 3-year deal.
That's because it's Minnesota.
Exactly my point. He only signed a 3-year deal, so he wanted the bag. Give me the bag. Give me my $35 million. And then I'll come and figure out what team I really want to play for. Not saying Minnesota's going to be bad, but...
He's 27.
Okay, so yeah, that's a decent contract. But they said that the Astros offered him the same thing.
He got tired of being over there. They loaded anyway.
Or no, the Astros offered, they wouldn't go higher for him. They put a contract on paper and they just wouldn't go any higher, but... They have a bunch of hitters. They can lose 2-3 hitters and still have a team of hitters. Whether you say they cheat or not, they didn't cheat last year and they still hit the cover off the ball.
Still went to the World Series.
So the Braves also re-signed Eddie Rosario, another Dodger killer. Oh, he killed us, man. And those guys.
Who San Diego get? Or somebody in our debate. Oh. Was it was it San Francisco who got Carlos Rodon? Carlos Rodon.
Oh yeah,
he's good too, man.
Yeah, he's always he like I told you, he's hurt all the time. Don't worry, he won't be there when you need him. He's always hurt. He'll win 9 games. He'll go like 9-4 with like a low ERA. He's always hurt.
You know, Corey Seager got the highest and the longest contract this free agency. 10-year, $325 million.
Yeah, Texas, hey, no tax, no state tax.
I get it.
So you get all your money. Because you look at the contracts in LA, or just for example, California, I should say. If you get a $40 million contract, you paying almost $9-10 million in taxes. It's a lot of money. Like to be, I play and I pay. Like that's not the way it's supposed to be. I play, give me my money. But yeah, that's a lot of money.
Chris Bryant, Colorado.
He's weak to me. Not weak. He's average.
Well, yeah, one good year.
I don't like him. I just don't think he's that good. He was okay with Chicago when he was with the Cubs, and he got traded last year. I forgot who he got traded to.
Chicago to San Francisco.
Yeah, and he wasn't really that good with the Giants to me. Matter of fact, at the end of the year, he was batting in the 8th spot. So that showed you that he wasn't hitting that well with them. But I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the signing for them. Of course, if you're him, you're like, oh, yeah, you giving me all this money? Yeah, I'm gone. But the thing about that he's signing with Colorado, and I told you their stadium,
it's huge.
So
they got the biggest stadium.
You hit a little fly ball. Their stadium is wide, but it's not long. Mm-hmm. So like I said, a normal fly ball in Dodger Stadium is a home run in Colorado. Mm-hmm. So, and like you said, it's huge, it's wide. He's got a lot to play with over there, but he can hit. I mean, the thing when you go to Colorado and you hit like 330 and all that, that's. I'm not saying it's not impressive. Hitting the ball is impressive and being a good hitter, but
it's because of the field.
Yeah, the field
is not going to be able to get to the ball as quick.
So, the Dodgers got they signed Duffy. They signed Freddie Freeman, which I think is a good signing because like someone was like, oh, he's so old. Yeah, he's old, but he's going to be a good hitter for 5 years at least. And then you got the DH. You don't have to put him in the outfield. Perfect. They should have been at the DH.
Signed a guy named Tyler. What's his name? Tyler. Oh, we signed Andrew Henney.
Oh yeah, he's weak. Yeah, he played with the Angels. So I remember him. He's weak.
Tyler Anderson from Seattle. So I don't know who that is. We signed him for 1 year, $8 million.
The Dodgers they're just patching up arms and just hope that somebody busts out of there. They had signed they'll sign 3 or 4 players and just hope that one of them is good. One of the pitchers is good. Because a lot of these guys are not, they're not household names, but.
So Marcus Semien also to the Rangers. Max Scherzer, New York Mets.
I don't care about him. He sucked in the playoffs. He sucked. Like, he was always a strikeout pitcher, which is great, but he sucked in the playoffs for the Dodgers, dude. They were tattooing him every time he comes. Oh, we got Matt. The media will pump it up. Oh, they got Max Scherzer going tonight. Then he go out and get smoked. Nah, I like him. He's a Hall of Famer for sure. Easy Hall of Famer. First ballot walk-through. But he's not. I don't know. His pitches are. He's a fastball pitcher, and fastball pitchers, when they start getting up in age, and once that fastball slows down, it's not the same. He's still a good player, but people are paying him a lot of money. Well, the pitching premium you get paid anyway as a pitcher. Yeah, so
he got 3 year, $130 million.
So that's too much money, dude. It's too much money.
What is that? Almost $45 million a year.
That's too much. Yeah, 43 million. That's too much for him, dude. Okay. He'll still win games in the regular season, but then in the playoffs, or
if the Nets make the The Mets. Even you think they'll make the playoffs this year? Mets. They signed.
They had some big signings. Their team they weren't bad last year. I can't even remember their record, but I know they started off okay. But I don't know. We'll see. And I forgot to include the Angels when I talked about the California teams. Trout and Ohtani. I'm just saying. They have stars as far as stars go.
Him and Mike Trout, who never plays either.
Trout is. I don't know. You can't call a player a disappointment because they already said he's in the Hall of Fame. That's what they believe. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had good years, but Mike Trout is a great player. He's just never healthy. Baseball is. Oh, your boy Joe Kelly left, signed with the White Sox.
I like Joe Kelly, man. Especially with the whole Astros thing.
Yeah, he comes out and he means business. He already come out angry. He comes out of the bullpen angry, like he's just ready to hit somebody. So, but he was the reason that the Dodgers, one of the reasons the Dodgers lost to the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. Couldn't hit him. So, yeah.
It's a tough one to go. Who we gonna miss more, him or Kenley?
Neither. Kenley. Everyone needs a closer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find. I was gonna say we're gonna have to find a closer, man. Because I'm not. I mean, I like Victor Gonzalez, but I mean, he hasn't. What did these guys prove?
Kenley got a new pitch last year, but
he did okay last year.
He still had. If you look at his resume, he still has less blown saves than a bunch of people compared to the amount of saves that he has. Like, although he struggled at times, he is a good player. But he signed the amount that he signed for. I felt like the Dodgers could have signed for that.
What was it, $16 million? Mm-hmm. 1 year?
So it's whatever. Maybe he didn't want to play on a 1 year contract here.
Finish his career.
Maybe he wanted to play he wanted to. If you want more years, we're not going to do that. I'll sign you for 1 year, and until we find somebody else to come. But no, I'm not signing you for 4 years, dude. No, you blow too many saves at home. I hate to see people blow saves. Like the Dodgers, they'll fight back. They'll be losing. They'll fight back and get it to the ninth, and then he gives up a 2-run home run. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a killer for a team. We do all the fighting. It's just like the field goal kicker. We do all this to get back, and then you miss a 20-yarder. You know what I'm saying? So, and they got new rules. The new rules in baseball. Like, it's more teams now that can get into the playoffs, which
12,
sucks.
12, right?
That's too many, man. Should have kept it like it was, dude.
No, I think they should.
That's too many. Why are we playing all these games just to let everybody get in the playoffs? We playing all these games just to let everybody in there. That's too many games, man. Too many games, too many teams in the playoffs.
So they added a series each side?
Yeah. I think it's a 1-game series, 1-game elimination.
So 2 wild cards?
Yeah, it's too many. So, whatever.
I mean, but I think they're going off of you. Like, for example, how close we were with the Giants last year on the divisions and everything. I think that's why they wanted to boost it up too, just because. You got 200 team wins and one of them still in the wild card. That's just absurd to me. I don't care if you're in the same division or not.
Yeah, the DH means a lot. I mean, it helps me. It makes me want to watch now. Mm-hmm.
Just because it's going to be something.
Yeah, it's more. You get to see. Actually, I'm tired of pitchers hitting. They suck.
I mean, they're just pitchers.
Yes, so, let the pitchers pitch. Don't let them go up there and get hit on the hand. Now they're out for 8 weeks. No. Let the pitchers do what they're supposed to do, pitch. Now you go on and do that. We're going to go on and bring, for the DH to bat for you, we're going to either bring Mr. Muncy or Mr. Freeman to come on and clock one out for us. One of the lefties will smack it around. So,
did they bring in that extra inning rule? I mean, extra runner and the extra inning rule. Extra inning runner.
I didn't even. Once they finally just said let them play, and the CBA was done, whatever. The lockout was over. Then I didn't even pay attention to anything but the DH. Honestly, I wanted to. That's all I wanted. I said I wanted the DH. Then they go and do extra teams in the playoffs. I said you guys suck. So, baseball, snakes ball. But I guess we can move over to your Warriors. No Steph for a little bit. Steph's hurt.
Marcus Smart. 2 plays in a row. This guy trying to end our franchise right there. 2 plays in a row. Like, I get you going for the ball, bro, but it's like he said he didn't see. I think he saw Steph, bro. He was right there. And then the next play, 10 seconds later, he over here kicking Clay midair. Like, that's just man, that had me hot. And Steph couldn't be hurt at there could be no worse time for Steph to get hurt. Because we're struggling right now. Draymond just came back 2 games ago.
Hey, Draymond started out played well.
And he came in 20 minutes, 6, 7, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph had, 47 for his birthday? 40 of those, I think, came when Draymond was in the game.
Steph is, it's like they're just the team who can't get all their stars to play at the same time.
Not anymore, man. I don't know what it is. Because Clay, we've been waiting on Draymond for months, for almost 2 months.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and then Steph gets hurt 2 games later. Man, we did not need that, man. And we Phoenix, nobody's going to catch the Phoenix. I think they go catch the number 1 seed. But we're going back and forth with Memphis for this number 2 seed. And I don't want to have to play in Memphis on the road.
I hate Phoenix, dude.
I'm not worried about
you should be.
Look, we play Phoenix different compared to any other team in the league.
Just like the Lakers play Golden State different.
Yes, exactly. Phoenix, we're not scared of Phoenix. I think we're more scared to play against Memphis. We struggle with Memphis. You can't contain Ja Morant. We could put, you saw the Christmas game. We need 1 or 2 players to step up and we're good. We match up with them well. If Kevon could hold Aiden in there, then they're not the same team. If he holds Aiden in the paint, they're not the same team because we'll put Andrew Wiggins or Clay on Booker, either one. Draymond could guard CP3, just like you saw on Christmas, and that worked. I loved our strategy against Phoenix. We're not scared of them in a 7-game series. But I don't want to play Memphis, and I don't want to play Denver.
Yeah, Denver's tough.
Denver struggles with us.
Murray's not coming back. Jamal Murray's not coming back.
I told you he wasn't coming back. You said, they'll both be back for him and MPJ. Nah, they're not.
Well, yeah, Murray.
ACL that's a year, almost a 2-year recovery period. He'll be back next year, and depending on how far they go in the playoffs, he'll come back in the conference finals. But it's like you wouldn't even want to bring him back if they playing without him a whole year. That's gonna mess up chemistry. So yeah, he'll be back next season. And, MPJ too. I think he'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but I don't want to play Denver. Minnesota's looking tough right now.
Man, Minnesota, I can't. You know what? If the Lakers didn't stink, we would have that 8 seed, and we would play Minnesota. I would love that series because we could beat them. First of all, they're young, but Patrick Beverly, this dude, I'm telling you, man, I would love to play that series now. I'd rather play them than play New Orleans because New Orleans, I don't know what it is about. It's like all the older players. Well, they not anymore. We already had problems with McCollum before when he was in Portland. So he goes there. They can score. And that's a bad thing for the Lakers, that playing a team that can score a lot of points because their defense sucks.
Y'all can't guard Anthony Edwards, man.
Their defense sucks. Anthony Edwards, to shoot himself out, he'll go take 12 threes and miss 11 of them. But the Lakers' defense, it's not. They have the worst defense in basketball. It's either them or Orlando. If you want to score a career high, go play Orlando. But it's either them or Orlando. They have the worst. The Lakers' defense sucks, man. Everybody's old. Everybody gets run by. Your best player, your best defender is Reeves, and he's in people's face like he all up on them, and I'm just like he all up on them, and then they pass the ball because he playing good defense, and then LeBron man go right on by for a layup.
Yeah. My homie said that yesterday. Shout out to Daz. He was talking about LeBron don't play defense no more.
His defense. What defense? Now, if it's not a chase down, then
he go give his little.
Yeah, LeBron get one chase down like every 3 games, and people be like, "Oh, I just look like dude." The only reason you got it because the other player hustled back. Yeah, LeBron, man. But offensively,
he been carrying us. What are you supposed?
Yeah, but See, that's somebody told me he was like they said he's tired from scoring so many points.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like if you got a whole offensive, if you got to score 50, maybe if you ought to win the game, then.
Well, can you just back up and make the person shoot a jumper instead of just letting them go right by?
Too many shooters in the league now.
Anyway, AD sucks. AD sucks, dude. He's always hurt. He sucks. Malik Monk, I like Malik, but I think he was having a good season, and then Frank Vogel did Frank Vogel things and put him back on the bench. That just ruined everything. Like, let this dude keep starting. When Vogel put him on the bench, he hasn't been the same since he's been back. Frank Vogel with another Vogel-like move.
I didn't get the chart.
So, yeah, Lakers suck. So, real quick, I'm going to throw them at you real quick. Hopefully we got enough time before we... Now, it'll be the 76ers against... I'm sorry. It'll be the Heat right now is the number one seed in the East.
Jimmy's not even playing right now. He's hurt again.
He's always hurt. I told you that before. Jimmy is always hurt. Jimmy's hurt all the time. I always go on a little Laker rant. I don't know why. I don't even know why I even watch. I don't. You know, you stay up before you have to go to work the next morning early, and you're watching the Lakers, and then they go lose by 40 to a team they have no business losing to. That's just disappointing. They were up against the Wizards the other night. Then all of a sudden,
15 points, right?
then all of a sudden they come back and they lose. They get smoked. It wasn't even close. I said, these dudes, man. After LeBron passed Karl Malone, waving and everything, then we lose. So, being a Laker fan is hard work, man. It's hard work now. Before it was cool. Now it's hard work being a Laker fan, dude. I don't even know if they're gonna
really be putting their mental health to be like, man, I can't watch the Lakers do the.
I can't watch it. No,
mental health right now.
Because I don't even know if they're gonna make the play in. I don't even honestly, if AD doesn't, I hate to depend on him. I do. I hate to depend on him. But if AD doesn't come back 100%, I don't even want him to go in the play-in. I don't even want him to go.
Rather him be healthy.
Yeah, no, I'd rather him just go away for the rest of the season. I don't want to see. I don't care about his health because he's never going to be healthy because he's going to find a way to get hurt again. And then what you tell me? Oh, he landed on somebody's. Yeah. He's always.
I mean, he is too big.
He already knows where everybody is. You know the player. You know his foot is somewhere there. But yet and still, you find a way to land on it. I've seen plenty of players jump, and they know where to land. Oh, let me land to the side. Let me land to the back. But AD want to go right on people's ankle. Sorry, dude. He's sorry, man. Yeah, THT, he's sorry, too. I don't care how many good games he has. He sucks. That dude's weak. He's weak. THT's garbage. Russ has actually been playing better. But I hate when he talks to the media because he always says, well, like when he hit the lucky three the other night against Toronto. He hit the lucky three, step back, and then he's like, well, I have 25,000 points. Who cares, man? I don't care how many points you have, dude. Just little stuff that he says frustrates me. I don't think Russ cares about winning. And I know it sounds weird to say that he always hustles and tries hard, but then I don't know if he cares about. No, let me say it. I don't know if he cares about losing.
As long as I'm doing what I'm doing, getting my stats.
Yeah, I don't know if he cares about losing. I know I think he wants to win because he shows you on the court that he wants to win by his hustle and his energy and all that. I don't think he minds losing. That's the issue. He's been on loser teams for the past 5 years. Nothing but losers. So, LeBron, want those stats. Want the points, buddy.
Most of them stat chasing.
I don't know why Russ stat chasing. LeBron, we know why he's stat chasing.
Trying to catch Kareem.
Yes. So, but no, why are you stat chasing Russ? You know my nerves, dude. Dwight Howard played 15 minutes the other night. Frank Vogel, I don't blame it on the coach, but Frank Vogel sucks.
So who you blaming it on?
Everyone. Genie, Vogel, Everybody, the whole organization, Magic, everybody. It's Magic. Magic started it. Magic started this. He started this, and I love Magic. I love Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, Kobe, Magic, my favorite players. Magic Johnson started this.
By bringing LeBron?
No, everybody says that. Every time I say that, he brought LeBron. Whatever, dude. He started that when he started letting everybody go, trading players that we could have used. We should have a Zubac. We should have a Zubac right there.
No, traded Lou Will for what? Second rounder?
For a pick.
Second rounder. Or no, first round pick.
Fired the whole staff for the scouting staff. These dudes been here 30 years picking players. We still pick second rounders, but that's not the point. So, and they sign everybody off the street. Anybody to get released that has no name, we sign them. So Gabriel had a good game the other night.
I saw him in late,
but he is. No disrespect. You know, when you start off with no disrespect, you know how it goes. No disrespect. Gabriel is the darkest man that I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody that dark. And that, no disrespect. I've never seen anybody that dark before. I don't know if, I don't know. That was even just saying it was just like amazing to me how dark he was. I didn't know he was that dark. I knew he was dark because I remember him, but when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, like I had to, I tuned in just so I could they were getting destroyed, and I tuned in just so I could see him again. I was like, Frank, put him back in the game. I needed to see it, and there's nothing wrong with dark and light. I don't care about that stuff, but I'm just making the point that he's the darkest man I've ever seen, ever. So. But I like him. He hustles. He tries to play some defense. Hey, Stanley Johnson, like him, tries to play defense. They trying to bring anybody off the street to play defense. So, yeah, well, that's, I don't know, man. I can't, yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I can't. I try to say, okay, I always say I'm not going to talk about the Lakers today. I'm just not going to do it.
I didn't even bring him up.
And then it just
comes out. It went from the Warriors. You told me to start talking about my Warriors. You gave a whole rant.
Well, that's why I let you go on and start first, because I said, okay, we're not talking about the Lakers, so go on, start the Warriors.
I didn't bring the Lakers up. You did.
Unfortunately. So, well, as I was telling you, you tell me if you watch these. As of now, because these are going to change. Well, like I was telling you, Kyrie only playing 4 out of 14 of the last 14 games they had the other day. Mm-hmm. They probably would have 12 games left, but
he's only playing 3.
Yeah, anyway. You have it to where he can't play home games, but he's on the bench. Arena. He's sitting on the bench.
I don't get that. So.
Oh no!
Don't even ask me. No,
dude was on the bench.
He went in the locker room and got fined.
Yeah, dude was on the bench. Cause I looked. I said, "Is that Kyrie?" Kyrie is on the bench, dude, and he cannot play in the games. That is amazing. Anyway. Well, the Nets, as I said, that's about to change. The Nets are in the 8th seed right now. That's going to change.
You think going to 6?
It does. I don't even know how far they'll go up. But, well, I don't want to say that because you got Toronto, Cleveland, and Chicago in front of them. So, not in that order, but those are the teams that are in front of them. So they may not lose a lot of games because they're good teams. So they may not lose too many. But if we started it today, these will change. But it'll be Miami and Brooklyn in the first round.
It's a good series.
Philly and Toronto. Toronto get Philly anyway. They'll give them some trouble except Embiid to average 45 a game.
Nobody can guard Embiid on that team.
So, but Toronto plays. I like Toronto. I just like the way they play.
He only plays the starters. Starters
they play
45 minutes, 43 minutes.
It will be Milwaukee against Cleveland. Milwaukee is without Jared Allen. Without Jared Allen, they'll sweep them. Giannis averaged 40 in that series. They may get one game. They're so young. Not yet. But that
Kudos to them, though.
Yeah, of course.
It's a good year.
Yeah, and then it will be Boston and Chicago. That'd be a good series. Boston's playing good ball. They moved all the way up to number 4. You remember how they were struggling?
Like number 10.
Yeah.
Now all the way up to number 4. Yeah. Care about them right now.
And the play-ins would be Charlotte and Atlanta.
That's a good game. 2 young teams going at it.
So
Atlanta's struggling this year. You know, they were number 5, number 4 last year. We thought they always have those, like they'll go on to like an 8-game winning streak, but they'll lose 6, 7 in a row.
And then Phoenix and the Clippers. I saw Kawhi shooting in the gym the other day.
I mean,
that's
revenge.
That's a sweep.
Yeah, easily. John Collins is hurt.
Yeah, he is. He's out for a while, indefinitely. So
yeah, so that's a big loss for him.
So Memphis and Minnesota. That would be a world-class series. They'd be running up and down the court all day. I think it'll be a good series, even though Memphis may have the better team. I'm not gonna say they have the better team. They play better together.
I like Minnesota, man.
So that would be a good series. I want to play Minnesota in the first. I want to get to the 8th seed.
You want to play them in the play-in?
Yeah, I want. Yeah,
I'll go beat you, man. I'll go beat you.
Actually, no. Probably.
Us in Denver? Is it us in Denver right now?
Yeah, 3-6 in Denver. Denver's a problem.
For us.
The Joker's a problem.
Yeah, he's a problem for everybody. So we let other players beat us.
the Monty Morris, the weak dudes, y'all let them come and beat y'all. Your boy Will Barton. Bones Island, he's been balling for him.
Yeah,
they finally start letting him play. Y'all can't even handle Aaron Gordon, and he's, I don't know. I think y'all have a better team, but I don't understand. Why is it that
no Draymond? Just keep in mind we played Denver all 3 times without Draymond.
Utah and Dallas.
It's a good series.
Yeah, it's a good series. I don't even know if I watch it. I just watch it for Luka.
Boring.
Because I don't really like Utah. I know I touted them this year as being I think they'd be a good team.
You said they'd be the best team this year, I think.
I said in the West, I think Well, I was forgetting about Phoenix because I didn't really think they would continue to just dominate like that. But I thought Utah would be. They had injuries too. I thought they'd be better. I still think they have a stacked team, but I don't know what it is.
You heard over there. Bogdan's out. Bogdan, I'm telling you, he's important to that team, man. You always saying Bogdan is weak, or
I said my Bogdan is better. The one in Atlanta.
But Bogdan, Utah.
Why they got the same last name and they're not brothers?
Same last name and first name.
Yeah, and they're not brothers.
Different countries.
Exactly my point. Why do they have the same last names and they're in different countries?
I don't know. Point being, Utah's not the same team without him.
Yeah.
Because they need his shooting. They don't have that many shooters over there in Utah, believe it or not. Joe Ingles is gone. They don't have no shooters. Jordan Clarkson, Mitchell's not really a shooter. He's more of like he's streaky. And Bogdan's their best shooter. There's nobody else off that bench. I mean, I think they picked up, no, they didn't. I'm thinking they got Rodney Hood, but he went to the Clippers.
So those top 10 teams are named in the East. That's it. Those are the other teams they're done. The Wizards are done. The Knicks, pathetic Knicks.
They was all the way
pathetic.
They was like third place.
And people talk about the Lakers. The Knicks are pathetic, but nobody wants to talk about them. Indiana, who always has players but never win.
They rebuilding now.
Now they are, yeah. After they just sold off to everybody and gave away players, they should be rebuilding. Detroit's done. Orlando, their defense is just want to score 50, play the Magic. Their defense is terrible, dude. It's the Magic and then the Lakers.
That's terrible.
So if you're that close to the Magic,
y'all should be down there with a defensive coach. I'm not blaming the coach.
Dude, no, stop calling. You always call him a defensive coach.
He is a defensive coach.
Where's the defense?
Not with your players. You had a good defense the last 3 years before this year.
All right,
the last 3 years or 2 years, whenever you got hired, your defense has been top.
Yeah, they've been okay.
6.
They were okay. They were okay.
You gotta get the players to match it. And even before the bubble, y'all think y'all were like number 2.
AD is He's important for the Lakers defense.
Caruso is important for the Lakers defense.
Man, see, Caruso, he wouldn't have got hurt if he was with the Lakers.
But I'm saying it's like players you got to get that fit the system.
JaVale McGee was perfect for us.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
You got to get system players to fit the system. That's why when you come to Golden State, if you're able to shoot as a big, or if you could switch on defense and you got some length, you play perfectly with us. Otto Porter, arguably one of the most underrated pickups just because he could shoot and he could play defense.
Yeah, Otto Porter's weak.
He's not weak. Stop it. Gary Payton II, defense. It's just you gotta fit systems in the NBA in order for you to excel. And no players on the Lakers play defense like that. Or defense is their number one thing outside of you.
But defense is team. The Warriors before Clay got there, Draymond was the only defender, defender. They don't have
Gary Payton too.
They don't have great man on man. I'm gonna stop you defenders.
Gary Payton.
Actually.
Andrew Wiggins.
Man, Wiggins is a good defender. That's about it because I don't know how he would make the All-Star team. But anyway, another story. Yeah, but team defense because Steph is not a great defender.
This is his best year defensively.
But
out of all his whole career, this is his best year.
But he had to do more because what's his name was out. Draymond was out, so you got to play some type of defense.
I'm talking about even with him in there. This is his best year.
And Steph not defending nobody, dude.
I'm not saying he's a lockdown. I'm just saying defensive-wise, he's held his ground this year. You don't see nobody getting past Steph like they used to. They used to pick on him in Houston and all that. Okay. I mean, like I said, we got Gary Payton. He's a menace on defense. Young blood.
Man, that's because he harasses players.
You don't be harassing.
He's like a mini Beverly, like a harassment.
No,
Beverly. He got y'all food, man. Every time he got y'all food. Just got me right there with that.
He said Russ ruined his career when he said that or something like that. He's like, man, my career ain't been the same since Russ got just running around. He said, man, been messed up my career.
But his former teammate went after. I mean, he went and pushed. Ibaka wanted to kill him the other night. They got thrown out the game.
What game? When were they teammates?
With the Clippers. Beverly and Ibaka, they were teammates.
He only went there for 1 year.
Doesn't
he didn't even
play. I don't know. They just
I'm not gonna count them as teammates because if I'm forgetting that they were on the same team, then I didn't see Serge Ibaka enough because.
Serge was hurt.
He played for 10, 15. He played a total of 30 games for them in 2 seasons.
But still, Beverly, nobody likes him. I like him because after watching him with Minnesota, he fits perfectly with them. I mean, he harasses people. He actually can shoot the three now. He's a good 3-point shooter compared to all the other years. He's improved his 3-point shot. He's improved his game. You could tell he actually works on his game. He improved. That's all. And at this age, if you're still improving, that's good enough for me. And he tries to play, and he plays defense. He tries to at least, or whether he got y'all food or not, it looks good. So he made Minnesota a better team this year. And I know they got Russell. He averaged 19, 20 points.
He finally played. He didn't play last year.
So in the West, though, as far as the standings go, the top 10 is pretty much set to me. Unless the Lakers lose.
Who's number 11? Portland?
San Antonio.
How many games behind are they number 10?
4.
They're not catching them in time.
So the Lakers, they would have to lose every single game, which is possible. Which is possible. If you've seen the Lakers schedule, they can lose every single game. And if they lose every single game and get caught by the Spurs, then I will no longer. No, I'm a Laker fan. But I would just, so let me give you the schedule. They got Cleveland tomorrow, 76ers, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Jazz, the Pelicans again, the Nuggets, the Suns, the Warriors, the Thunder, and then the last game of the season with the Nuggets. The only team we might beat is the Thunder, but we can't even beat them.
Yeah, they beat y'all twice this year already.
So, and that's just murderer's row. But like I said, they can lose every game. And then the Spurs just come right, twinkle. They look. The Spurs lose 5, win 1. Lose 3, win 1. Lose 4, win 1. And then they catch us and passes, and that would just be so pathetic. The Lakers are pathetic. Just to even be speaking of them losing all these games straight. If they didn't win against Orlando, I would tell you that the Spurs would catch them. But now I'm playing the percentages. The Spurs don't win games like that. It's going to be close, man. It's going to be close. Unfortunately, because Portland, they just don't win enough games, and they don't even play players. They don't even play the players they should play. They sit out players who not even
sitting
hurt.
out Josh Hart resting.
They sitting out players who not hurt. So I'll give you before we go on to wrap it up. The Spurs, even though they're beating the Warriors tonight,
I wouldn't be surprised. We got Draymond back though.
So they're beating the Warriors tonight. The Warriors can't even help out the Lakers anyway.
We're beating the Warriors. I mean, we're beating them. Stop it. We got Draymond back.
So the Blazers.
We just got to score.
The Blazers. They got the Blazers. That's a win. They got the Pelicans. That's going to be a good game. The Pelicans are not good. They just know how to beat the Lakers by 50. They play the Pelicans. Then they go to the Rockets. They can beat the Rockets. They go to the Grizzlies. Without Ja, they can win. If Ja's not back yet. They got the Blazers. Then the Blazers.
They got Blazers twice.
3 times.
That's the last token. They're in the
3 times, dude.
They're in the same division?
Then they got the Nuggets, the Wolves, the Warriors, and the Mavericks. Now, they're going to end all those losses. Nuggets, Wolves, Warriors, Magic. So it's going to get close because they're going to beat the Blazers. And, teams, all of a sudden, they see San Antonio, getting close to the Lakers. And here come... oh boy, we're going to sit out the Joker tonight. Why, dude? What you sitting out for? Why are we sitting players out now that the Lakers have a chance to get caught?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Sitting out players for they already in the playoffs. They're not worried about y'all.
It's seeding.
Yeah, but they're not worried about you.
The seeding is close enough to where no player should be sitting out if you're in the top 6.
You don't want players getting hurt.
Yeah, please.
Man, the seeding isn't that close. It's like a 4-game difference between 4 and 5.
Anyway.
Or 3 and 4.
They play the Blazers 3 times in the next 5 games.
3 wins.
I've never seen that.
That's 3 wins.
That is like the basketball god of schedule making that up right there. I can't believe it. But Lakers stink. I think I don't know anything we haven't covered. I don't even care. I'm so mad right now.
Nobody told you to do all this, so I didn't bring up the Lakers like you said. One thing we didn't talk about was the tournament, but
okay, I'm gonna let you talk about the tournament, but. Me personally, college basketball is I used to watch the March Madness. I used to be excited to watch it. Now it's just like these are players that's going to be in the NBA next month anyway. And the NBA draft in a couple of months anyway. So,
all of them.
But it's like all the good players play for 1 year and they're gone. Like
that's true.
I don't know. It's almost like a AAU tournament or something, and then because everybody's gone after.
Chet Holmgren, he's going to the NBA. Paolo Banchero, whatever his name is, going to the NBA. Jabari Smith going to the NBA. Those are top 3 picks right there.
But they're good games, though. They're good games,
because all the games be close.
Yeah, they're good games, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. I don't get excited until the Elite 8 or some Sweet 16 is coming up, so maybe I'll keep out UCLA. But when it gets closer, maybe to the Elite 8 Final Four, I'll watch the games. The ones that I think are good. Like I actually, I watched Duke and
Michigan State too.
Yeah, I watched that.
Because that's a good game.
I was keeping up with that. I wasn't able to watch the whole game, but I did watch the second half. And people want Duke to lose. There's so many Duke haters in the world. Like I won't say we. I don't hate them like that. I used to, but then I got a soft spot for Coach K because he's about to go. So, yeah, but you can go on and if you.
I was just gonna say it's been a whole bunch of upsets.
It has been, yeah, and the girls' side too.
I told you, girls basketball, college basketball, and women's college basketball and softball. Very competitive.
Well, the basketball, the college basketball, those girls can shoot. They can shoot the lights out. Like, women are the best shooters in the world. It's women, Steph, Reggie Miller, and Larry Bird. Like, that's all it is, because they can shoot, man. You just see them with their funny-looking shots always going in. Like, some of the girls, it's like they barely can push the ball up, but they shooting threes from beyond the three-point line. I'm like, amazing. That's practice.
Repetition.
Repetition.
I'm telling you, softball too, man.
Well, yeah,
Swinging
because
the
when they
softball.
wind the arms
Yeah,
up.
but no, they be hitting, man. It's a girl who just broke the all-time record or something for home runs in her career, out of her 4 years. They be over there hitting too, man. It's the college softball World Series for women is very competitive.
You know the problem with women's with softball is that they get their college education paid for, which is great. But after it's like
They got a league.
Where?
It's called like the something unlimited, Athletes Unlimited League.
How much are they getting paid?
They're getting paid for it. So,
No, it's not about how much. It's not about whether they're getting paid. The money matters. Because if I'm only getting paid $50,000 for then that's not enough money. It's just not. You can use your degree and get paid more than that. But I guess if you're doing something you love, then the money is not. But if I'm Athletes Unlimited, then I want Athletes Unlimited money. Give me at least 80,000, 100,000. That shit should be way more than that. If it's a professional league, you should be making at least 200,000. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's new.
Oh, okay.
Very new.
Well, I was about to say before that, they didn't have really an outlet after that. Like, you better choose a good major.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I get that, but it's new.
Okay.
Well, it's like 2 years in, 3 years in. So they're only making very less than what we predicted. Half of what we predicted.
But they don't play the whole year anyway.
But it's only a 6-week season.
6 weeks for
25 minutes.
25,000 for 6 weeks?
That's a lot.
Dude, sign me up. I'll go play now. I will play now. That's a lot.
No, actually, a base salary of $10,000 a week. I mean, $10,000 for 6 weeks.
That's the base. So that's what the weakest player we getting.
And then you can take home as much as 25 for achievements, championship, MVP, etc. So, I mean, hey,
look, 6 weeks at 10,000. Sign me up, buddy.
That's good enough.
Sign me up. But still, that means that you actually have to have another career, which is fine. But $10,000, I do it.
I mean, some athletes be getting paid too. Like my little celebrity crush, who I've had a crush on for years, softball player. She getting paid endorsed wise. She's sponsored by Nike now. So I mean, they're finding these little endorsements too.
Yeah, that's cool.
So proud of her. You know, I saw her since the college days. But anyway, we're not gonna get into it. Well, I mean, that's all I got, man. Went through baseball, went through football, some basketball, March Madness. I ain't got nothing else for you right now. I mean, spring. I mean, baseball's what's starting in 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
It's too many games for me to even.
Hey, I mean, it was a long lockout, so I'm happy just to see it back. I'm even trying to tune into the spring training. We got Freddie Freeman now, so I'm looking. I'm about to be watching. I told you last season, I watched the most baseball I've ever had in my life. I was literally, I told you I love the fact how it's every day, 3 consecutive days. If I haven't, baseball.
If you don't have anything to do, baseball's on, Dodgers on.
Exactly. So basketball's not every day. Football's once a week. So baseball is 3 to 4 consecutive days.
I am a Dodgers fan. I do watch the Dodgers. I watch every game. If I'm not able to watch the game, I make sure. I'm watching the highlights. So I'm actually looking at it on my phone. So I do watch the Dodgers. Now some games, I let go sometimes. It's so many.
It is. I
let some go. If they playing against the Reds and I happen to miss it, I'm not mad. I do check the score though.
You want to see the Padres. You want to see. You want to see divisional game. Well, no.
Tatis is always hurt, dude.
We want to see the Padres.
That's AD.
We want to see the Padres and we want to see the Giants. We want to see them against the Yankees if we ever play the AL East. We want to see them against.
I hate playing the Angels. They always beat. It doesn't matter if they have a trash team. They always beat the Dodgers.
Or they give us some money for our money. I mean, even Arizona gave us problems last year. So I mean, I like playing all the division teams I tune into because we play them so often. I want to see. I mean, those are the teams we play the most out of all those games. So I'd rather see those games than any other. I actually want to go down to San Diego to watch a game this year.
Why?
Because I want to go to a road game. I want to be the crowd silencer type. Like I want to when we hit a home run, I want to be the only one cheering in blue at another stadium. Just like I want to go to, or actually when the Warriors play out here, it's just so expensive. I always want to go to a Warriors game out here. But our fan base is so deep. You can't go anywhere. I mean, you can go everywhere. on the road, and the Warriors will have at least 100 fans in there. So, yeah, but that's all I got, man.
Yeah, me too. First live.
First live ever, first video, man.
Next week,
got next week coming up. It'll surprise us just as much as it surprises you. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the first ever live episode of John&son podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube. Just published it. And we'll see you next week, man. All right, Autobots out.